I've been gone for a while. It's been a year since the last traffic control update. It's been a year since the last main YouTube video. And I feel like you guys should probably know where I've been. Not just where I've been in the last year, but where I've been in the past several years. The whole story starts way back around 2013. Just like anybody else that plays Minecraft, I wanted to play modded Minecraft with a friend on a server. And we did. We played for a long time on a server called Iron Brook. Iron Brook had mods like the Harrowboat Aircraft mod. We had various some random mod that added cars. We had roads, just like anybody in this community does with their friends, right? Well, unfortunately, things happen and Iron Brook is lost to the sands of time. Not discouraged though, we picked up the pieces and we started anew. In New Brook, actually, where we added very similar mods. We had Flans mod for the cars and aircraft. We had Traincraft once again. We were trying to use Railcraft, but as it wasn't really working, we had big highways and all kinds of infrastructure trying to build up a server. And unfortunately, once again, it was lost to the sands of time. And we tried again. This time in a newer Minecraft version called 1.7.10, and it never really took off. Our goal with Iron Brook, New Brook, and Cliffview was to build up the infrastructure and maintain it in survival. And by build up the infrastructure, I'm talking things like lumber. We needed a farm. We needed a way to manufacture tools, manufacture things like rails and locomotives and stuff. And in Iron Brook, we actually did achieve it. We played in survival for a long time. Survival only. In New Brook, we were close. No, I take that back. No, we were in survival in New Brook. I know it's possible to do this. In Cliffview, we were kind of working there and it just kind of fell flat. The whole concept was to build up an entire logistical system in creative to keep us alive and create things we need to in a mass scale, and then maintain it all in survival while trying to battle natural elements like tornadoes and whatever else that we could think of. And I always had this personal goal to try to get to space. Well, 1.7.10 at the time was kind of starting to get a little faded out, and we started looking into the newest Minecraft version at the time that at least had mod support, which at the time was Minecraft 1.12.2. And of course, the biggest railroading mod, as is still the case, was immersive railroading. We checked it out in 2018, we fell in love with it, and in November of 2019, finally, I started a server to try to get it happening. But the problem was, at that time, there were no other mods that added the things that we had grown accustomed to in previous versions of Minecraft. Those things were things like roads and road markings, highway signs, we needed railroad crossing equipment, and a signaling system. These were all things that we were using prior, or really wanted prior, but didn't exist yet. So I had tried 3 times before, and the 4th time was going to be my lucky charm, and I started a mod called Traffic Control, where I added everything that we were going to need to run our server. So before I go on talking about this server, I want to kind of talk about where my life was at the time when I started making Traffic Control. I was living in an apartment with my girlfriend. I had just started my job where I was getting paid more than I had ever gotten paid before, working 40 hours a week. I would come home from work, I'd sit down, and I'd work on Traffic Control. Maybe go for a run. Time went on, and my girlfriend became my fiance. My fiance became my wife, And shortly after she became my wife, we bought a house. And then a couple years later, after we bought our house, we had our kids together. Twins, actually. And they're almost 2 already at the time of filming this. As you can imagine, my time has gotten very short very quickly. And trying to build up infrastructure, a lot of infrastructure in a Minecraft server, takes a lot of that time. Especially when I already kind of feel like traffic control has everything it kind of really needs. The amount of time that I have between having to help, clean up after my kids after they go to bed and get all my chores done, and the time I have to get up in the morning is about what you saw when I set it on my phone, that alarm, about 7 hours. The free time that I have comes out of that time that I would otherwise have available to sleep. So really, I'm only getting about 5 to 5.5 hours of sleep because I'm working on this Minecraft server. So enough build up about everything about this server. Our intention has always been to make it public where anybody can join and pitch into our economy and building things up and doing essentially whatever you want. And I'm happy to say that our server finally has a roadmap to show you what needs to be done. Now, we weren't really sure going into this the extent that we needed everything. We just knew we needed the essential infrastructure to be able to allow us to maintain it in survival. And we're finally just about there. As of uploading this video and in the description, we have a roadmap for our server to be public. The server's name is Mesa Brook. You've probably heard of it if you're part of the Discord server or if you watched the couple videos that I've posted here on YouTube. Mesa Brook is the big project, and I hope to finally provide some clarity as to what we're working on with that, as well as provide our staff some direction on what we should be working towards. So that is big news item number 1. In addition to the roadmap, we also will be creating a blog post every single month to provide a status update as to where we are and where we're hopefully going to be going in the following month. So stay tuned to that. That's also in the description below. Regarding content here on YouTube, I have some exciting news. So, of course, once again, my time is very limited when I'm working on Mesa Brook, but I haven't forgot about my YouTube channel, and I always go back to check and see, how it's doing, and it always just looks like it's just so much fun to watch, and it is fun to make, but I just don't have the time to edit. So I finally have a new editor in place and in mind. The problem is this new editor's internet is complete garbage, and that should be changing very soon. So my plan is I have actually already recorded Minecraft 1.0.0 episode 3. I've edited most of it, and this new editor's first assignment is to just put together a montage that's going to be in the video. Once that's done, we'll get that episode 3 out, and I have a couple ideas of what I wanted to do going forward. I, of course, want to finish that series, maybe do some more Mesa Brook videos, and that'll all get sent to the new editor, and we'll get that back, and we'll finally get some more YouTube content rolling. Regarding traffic control, I do not anticipate on making any more content updates from myself. That's not to say that I won't ever go back to working on enhancements that come from my own brain. I would like to at some point. It's just that Mesa Brook right now is my big focus, because this is something that's been years in the making, something that everything has kind of culminated towards, and is where all of my free time is going to be going towards until I feel like it's in a good spot where I can kind of spend some time on traffic control again. So I'm sure that probably isn't the news that you want to hear, and if that's the case, I'm sorry, but I do hope that you stick with me and you at least give Mesa Brook a shot. I guarantee you it is absolutely nothing like any other Minecraft server that you have joined that has immersive railroading in it. It is way more than that. It is an entirely unique experience that nobody, to my knowledge anyway, has ever tried and succeeded with. So please just give me a chance to prove that to you. Stick around and check out what Mesa Brook's about. I guarantee that you'll have a lot of fun once we're done. Check out our roadmap that I have just released down in the description below to see where development's at on that. Keep up to date with our blog posts, and eventually we will have a Mesa Brook Discord once we get a little closer to release, but for the time being we are doing discussions in the traffic control / rail stuff Discord, which is also in the description down below. Lots of links to check out down there. Make sure you subscribe for the future content that we're going to have once my editor finally gets his better internet. I'm sure that with some of this news you may want to like or dislike the video. I guess it doesn't really matter to me. I totally understand that you're definitely going to have your own feelings about that, but I am curious about how you feel about that. So leave a comment down below if how you're feeling about Mesa Brook, how you're feeling about traffic control, just your feelings in general. I am curious. So with that, hopefully see you next time, and hopefully see you shortly, but we'll see.